You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa! What up, mi gente? Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. Today, I got two amazing guests. Because ASAP is like taking over. I had someone the other day in the last episode from ASAP, and today we got two more creative forces from that amazing new independent comic book label across the pond, if you will, but is worldwide, baby. That's right. That's what Paul do. All right. So let me bring up first. He's a fellow Crusader. He is a host of Cinema Crusaders, a panelist on Sloppy Spoilers. He's a reviewer. He's a writer. He's an author. He's an actor, most likely. I don't know, because them says Howard is in the building. Wepa, how you doing, kid?
Wepa! Hey, what's going on, Al? Hey, I'm so happy to be here, man. I have been waiting for this moment forever to talk about this book. I've been dying. I've been on the edge of my seat all day. I am ready to talk some OPSEC.
Isn't it funny? I get to talk to you, not as a co-host, but me interviewing my fellow Crusader. I'm so sorry about that, folks. But I got excited. I'm so proud. I wanted to tell you this before, but I'm gonna say it here on air before I bring in your partner in the business. But brother, you became a Crusader a while back, and you started taking creative steps in your journey. And let me tell you, when I was first of all very proud to read that book. I'm like, holy shit, my boy's name is on this book. Reading it, bro, you are a talented MF. Let me tell you, I love the book. I love what you're doing, and I'm so very proud of you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I couldn't be happier, man.
I got to give the love back to you, man, because you've been a mentor. You've been a mentor and a friend, and helped me. So,
we're here. We're Crusaders, baby.
Yeah,
that's what we do. So let's talk about another potential Crusader over here, because he's an amazing artist, right? I got to find out the bromance here, how you found this guy, because this person's artwork on your book, OPSEC, OMG, gorgeous. Let me introduce the one, the only, Mateo M, because I can't.
Hey, guys.
Maciorowski?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Almega got something right.
Yeah.
Epa, there we go. So welcome, Mateo. Welcome to the madness. It is the Comic Crusaders podcast.
Thanks,
welcome, and hanging out with ASAP and with the one nemesis, Howard. Don't ask him how he got that name, because then he might have to get rid of both.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have to get some OPSEC agents to come to your house. So.
Oh shit! No. After what I saw, no. I don't want that dog biting me anywhere. You feel me? Man, that was creepy. Hey, what up, Hades?
Hey, what's up?
There it is. Big Hades. All right, guys. Well, Nem, people know you a bit, so I want to start with the young buck over here.
Absolutely.
Mateo M. So Mateo, I don't know if you've heard the show before, but I always love to know people's origin story. So can you tell us a little bit about where you're from and your first taste of pop culture fandom?
Okay, so I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and my first taste. You mean like pop culture fandom, like comic books, or
whatever? Okay, so what made you fall in love with anything pop culture? And who introduced you? Was it mommy, daddy, a cousin, a sister, or brother?
Okay,
like what was it, and who got you hooked? Like a fish.
Yeah. So the first thing that got me hooked was Tintin booooks by Hergé.
Tintin, holy crap.
Yeah.
Only in Latino countries, because in Puerto Rico, I remember growing up, and my uncles used to have Tintin comics all over the place.
Yeah.
So funny.
So my mom had like many of the books, which were like part of the family legacy, you know, and they were in French. I didn't read French, but I just looked at the pictures and like followed the story. And so, that's when I fell in love with visual storytelling. And from then on, I went to, artists from Argentina, then from, Europe and the US. So that was the gateway. Yeah.
So, all right. So the gateway to creativity, though, when did that come into play? When did you decide that you wanted to pick up a pen and do something on paper?
Well, I was very little, but it was more or less at the same time. I copied the covers of these Tintin books,
Okay.
and then I started creating my own characters, which were like very Tintin ripoffs, like
It wasn't Tintin, it
detectives
was
and
Tonton. It was Tonton and Popon. I don't know.
yeah, exactly, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And all right. So, did you have a tribe growing up out there in Buenos Aires? Did you grow up in Buenos Aires, and did you find like a group of friends that liked the same thing, or were you kind of the lone wolf?
Oh,
El
yeah,
lobito
no,
solo.
well, I did grow up in Buenos Aires, and when I was going to high school, I started going to a local comic book store,
Okay.
and there I took some drawing courses, and I found like all these people who were into the
Oh, that's
same
pretty
stuff
dope.
I was, and I was coming more from the Tintin tradition, European art styles, and then this comic book store, the owner and the guys there, they showed me like artists from the U.S. like superhero stuff, and so
Yeah.
that kind of expanded my field.
You were like,
So it was like,
Coño, where was this in my life, right?
yeah, exactly. I was used to like this clean style of line, and then I saw like Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane, and I was like, what the hell is this? It was like that feeling.
I could do this. I could do this too. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
bro. What?
yeah, exactly.
Dope. So let me ask you, because us being here in the States and all, how is the comic book community in Argentina?
Well, there is like this big tradition. There are many, renowned artists. But there's like a lot of movement, a lot of conventions.
Okay.
Like many of the artists I love, are from Argentina. Like after I took this course at the comic book store, I also took another course with Oscar Capristo, who's like a master of of Argentinian comic books.
Okay.
So he showed me like Eduardo Rizzo, Jorge Safino, which are all these amazing artists. Yeah. So that was like another door which opened. Yeah.
Amazing. And so you're saying the comic book shop offered you a lot of these opportunities to learn more?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Argentina rocks then, man. So my last question before I move on to them, before we start getting into the bromance too.
Yeah.
But how many shops were around you, or was there only the one?
No, there are actually plenty, but that was that was the one I went to the most.
Okay.
But yeah, here where I live, it's like I don't know, 3 or 4 that are like a mile away from me. So
damn, lucky you. Okay, if you don't have it, I'm gonna go to the other spot.
Exactly.
I love that. Choices, kids, choices. Argentina's
Yeah.
on like it's badass for comics, man. Gotta check that out. So going all the way from Argentina, all the way to the north and to the west, we have Big Nim from Cali, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm not across the pond. I'm across the country. So
you're up north.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your creative, because a lot of people already know you, through the shows and all, and through your amazing work on Comic Crew, and now they're gonna start seeing how very creative you are, with OPSEC and everything else you've done. So talk about the inspirations early on in life that you got to want to kind of be creative.
Sure.
And the obstacles that you faced to get to where you are now.
Well, I guess I kind of came to comics a little bit different than a lot of folks. I started out as reading, so my mom had all these books and she gave me, novels. So I started out reading like Lord of the Rings and the Odyssey and stuff like that when I was like 6 years old.
At 6?
Yeah.
I could see him as a little 6-year-old in a robe with an ascot, looking like you having to reading a book, like a good little kid in the corner.
And my dad was always working, and I got really sick when I was like 8 years old. I was home and I was sick in bed, couldn't move. And my dad brought me home a model pirate shop to build and a comic that I have right over, I'm looking at it right now, a Superman comic, a giant Superman comic. And that was my very first comic, was Superman. And from then on, I had Justice League sheets and I still read the, novels and stuff like that, but I was reading comics. I was devouring them. And, and it's like, I wanted to do this. And we had this whole group of kids that we hung together all the time. And I tried to draw. Like I had friends that could draw really well, and I could draw for shit, you know. So so I started writing stories, and my first horror story I ever wrote, I was 9 years old, and I won an award at the school district. I wrote a horror story.
Check that out.
And so my friends started drawing the horror stories, you know. So we had like the little mini The Walking Dead, you know. So we probably should have all been locked up in a lunatic asylum because I was drawing these stories of people shooting zombies and stuff like that, you know. And my friends would draw, like, look like little Lego figures, but it was like completely graphic, you know. It was like horrific, you know, like blood shooting out the back of the head and stuff like that. So, you know, and that's kind of how it got started. And then I just kept writing from there. I've always loved writing, and I moved on from writing horror stories, which I still love to do, and I'm kind of doing that now, to writing poetry and screenplays and novels, and I've thrown them all away over the years until I met you. You know, and between you and my wife for 20 years has been telling me, don't throw it away, don't throw it away. And now not only have this, but I'm going to have other stuff coming out as well, because I've finally started not throwing it away. So
yes, thank you. Because that first issue of OPSEC is amazing. I have a nice little PowerPoint about the show. But before we get into all that, right, I want to show off that little teaser you guys have. Right, I got that too, kiddo. So check out this awesome OPSEC promo teaser, and then I'm gonna bring up that PowerPoint, and we're gonna do a rundown, learning about the bromance, learning about the ASAP imagination. We're learning all about OPSEC and everything else that's gonna come from the world of Nemesis and Mateo. Get ready, folks.
Sweet.
That looks so dope, and I love that music. So 60s spy type music. I was waiting to hear a pow and a bang somewhere. Like, what's going on here? This is dope.
That was so fun to put together, and I will be honest, that music is from an old TV show. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's from an old show called I Spy, which will probably never see the light of day again, because one of the stars of that show was Bill Cosby. So
okay. So why not use the music? Because he's never going to use it again.
Yeah, it was Bill Cosby and Robert Culp starting that show.
You know what's funny? Since you mentioned Bill Cosby, I have to bring this up. I don't know if you saw the last episode of The Boys.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man, there's a line where somebody says, "Oh, Bill Cosby, he's America's dad, although he makes really strong drinks." I was like, "Oh," and the guy just looked at him like, "Oh, damn." He almost got raped by Bill Cosby, apparently. All right, so talk to me about you guys hooking up to create this story. How did this all happen? Before I start showing off these beautiful pages, I mean, what's the story behind the bromance that made OPSEC happen?
Well, I guess I could start it and then let Mateo fill in his part. But
sure.
Paul Hades had come to me, and we were talking about OPSEC, and we've been talking about a lot of things. We've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes that people haven't even begun to think they're going to know what's going to happen.
Ooh.
You know, that we've been planning on. And so I had come up with this division called OPSEC, and Paul comes to me and goes, you know, that'd be a great comic book. You know,
well, what is OPSEC? What does that break down to?
Operations and security. So they're responsible. So it's operations security around hybrid, paranormal, and just general weird shit in the UK. You know, but Paul had seen a short story I wrote that featured one of the characters that's in this book, Barbara King. And he was like, you know, this would be a great comic book. And he's like, let's do it. And I said, okay. I said that, I was more than down for that. And then we were talking about what the general flavor is, what I would look for. When I was writing the book, what was I looking for? I was like, well, I've always liked Mike Mignola's style on Hellboy, and it's going to kind of have a little bit of that feel. And he said, okay, well, let me go look at artists. And then this is where I'll just say this. He comes back to me and he goes, hey, look at this piece of sample art. And he showed me a piece of Mateo's art. And I was like, sold. I didn't need to see anymore. I was like,
give me.
I said, this, the coloring, the style, everything screams exactly what I want this comic book to be. And it reminds me of the style that I was looking for. And I was like, this is friggin' awesome. Please go get this guy. Pretty. So I'll let Mateo fill in his part, but that was where it was from my side.
So when did you find out about this project, and what happened when Paul reached out to you? How was that conversation like?
Yeah, so I met with Paul on Facebook. Like, there's this group that connects writers and publishers and artists, and I often post there like my samples every time I do a new story. I just upload it there. And so one day I get this message from Paul, and he's like, yeah, I really like your artwork. And, he told me about ASAP, like the project that we're doing. He showed me the YouTube channel and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, I'll reach out to you in a couple of months with an offer. He was like, do you want to do short stories or long stories? And I was like, yeah, I want to do something long, which this is definitely going to be. And so then, yeah, he set up a meeting with the three of us, and from then on, we started working on it.
So what were your first impressions of the story, though, when it got presented to you?
Oh, okay. So, well, actually, I read it and I was like, yeah, this is right up my alley. Like he mentioned Mike Mignola,
yeah, and
BRPD, which is like one of my favorite stories. And I was like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I'm good at, the whole shadow type of drawing. And I was like, yeah,
man, because your pencils are sick, bro. Your pencils are sick here.
Oh, thanks.
I love how the characters' facial expressions, everything, nothing changes between the character's the character. Because I've seen some artists, from one page to the next, you're like, that's the same character. What happened? But you have this consistency to your art style. Beautiful.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was also. Oh, sorry. Like one of the things that I liked about the story when I first read it, like it has like characters that are defined, like are not generic. Like you have this big tough guy, then you have the one who's like a little devil with a doll. Then there's the other
like a devil. I think that is Satana, bro. Because Jesus Christ, that doll freaked me out.
So, and playing around with cartooning these characters.
So Mateo, is Paul correct? He says the curse of Hades strikes again. Can anyone resist that MFer over there or what? He puts on the charm, right? And look at that. You get that. Infrafan says your art style is great. Let's start digging in. This is just the cover, guys. Oh my God.
I have to say before we go, one of the coolest things about working with Mateo, and Mateo can testify to this, is that on every script that I've given him, right up front, it says, this is just how I saw it in my head. But, you are a creator with me, and we work together. And, if you want to change stuff, you're the artist, and it's like we have worked. I really consider us a team. We have worked seamlessly together on this. And it's like he's come back with stuff with me and I come back with stuff with him. But a lot of times he takes my vision and then just runs with it, and we go with it and do some stuff. And I will say, I don't want to spoil a lot, but I'm going to throw a little hint out there to everyone who's going to read this issue and future issues.
Yes, they should.
Every cover has a little secret in it.
Ooh.
Every cover
I
has
can't
a
stop
little
staring
secret
at this logo you have there. Like what does those words mean?
That means that is tenebrae non prevalebunt, which means darkness shall not prevail in Latin. So
and who designed the logo? The joint is fire. That deserves to be a tattoo.
Mateo, look at this. Look at this stuff right here.
Look at him showing some swag. If he gets up, he also has OPSEC underwear, but I don't want to get blocked by YouTube. So don't get up, now. Don't get up.
No, all of this artwork, all of this is Mateo.
Mateo, you are a beast, kid. Holy shit. I mean, look at this. Look at some of just the black and whites before we even get into coloring. Look at that beautiful line work and shading and everything being done here, bro. And the panels. I mean, did that comic book shop even teach you how to break down a comic book like this, or is this something that you learned, kind of progressively as you were right?
What do you mean, like
drawing?
breakdown?
Yeah, because look at how you do the panel work here. You got these 4 panels. You line this up as 4. Now, it's obviously not all pages are 4 panels. You got either less or more, right? So how did you learn to kind of break down in this way? Was that through the comic shop, through the schools, or just personal experience and reading yourself?
Yeah, it's mostly reading, like looking at different artists, and then mostly like personal experience, like trying out different things. Like when I first started, it was like trying and then seeing that it doesn't work, so I would go to another method and settling down for the method that works better and faster. Yeah, that's mostly how I did. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have to say, this is going to sound silly, but one of the things that I love the most is there's two little things that I just really love about this book. One is the evil little squirrel on the first page of the story. I love that squirrel.
Yeah.
And then the first iteration of Nigel there, that the male agent, we didn't have the mustache. I'd written him in with the big woolly mustache. So Mateo goes, "Oh, of course, no problem." And literally it seemed like 5 minutes later, the dude had a mustache and it was perfect. I'm like, I love that stash. I just absolutely love that stash.
Bro, is this true? Is this the rumor that if you line up all the covers, it says Shrink Your Overton?
Oh, you found us out.
Awesome.
Oh, man, who does the coloring? Because you go from this to that, and that looks so dope.
You're talking to the man, the same man right there.
Yeah, no.
Coño, Mateo, you do it all? How many hats you got? You should be changing it. Art, lettering, coloring. Keep changing, bro. Coño, look how beautiful. How did you learn to do the coloring too? Again, all through those programs over there?
Yeah, it's and personal experience, yeah.
And why did you then choose this hue of color then for this particular story?
Well, it seemed to fit the story, which mixes a bit of action and it's kind of a dark story with all the paranormal stuff going on. So
kind of shit. It's twisted.
Yeah.
And look at that.
And I really love how you have the different shades there. Mateo is really good at that. And one of the cool things we're working on for a future issue is we're going to have some stuff looking backwards in time. And he's working on some different hues for that, which I think are going to be really cool. So we're going to do some stuff with that.
Yeah. Again, Info fan over here is definitely digging the colors and Hades, called multitasking Mateo, the new MM right there. M&M. Yeah. And actually, I was thinking, based on your initials, Howard and Mateo's last name, y'all basically the new H&M.
There you go.
No clothes, only comics. Oh man! Yeah, and talk about this page. Talk about the scenery. What's going on? And what's up with this castle? Because that shit fucked me up in this first issue.
Okay. So go ahead, Mateo.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is this is a tower that's overlooking this city this town that we're going to be in issue 2 called Rhineshard, and this is Raven Watch Tower. And basically, without giving too much away, these OPSEC agents, so Indra Jafari, who's the female agent, and Nigel Hammersmith, who's the male agent, have been saddled with Barbara King and her doll Maisie there to go investigate the disappearance of 2 other OPSEC agents around this tower. So that's where they're going, and this is where their investigation is going to kick off. And that's what, OPSEC 1 is really about, is the investigation starting into what is going on at Raven Watch Tower and Rhineshard, the town of Rhineshard. So
I think Mateo had a lot of fun drawing that crazy ass doll, because there's a scene in the book. It reminded me so much. If you remember that old Karen Black movie, Trilogy of Terror, with the African voodoo doll with the teeth.
Oh yeah. Yo, that's a great movie.
You did it. Yeah, you did. When the smile came on in one of those pages, I said, "Oh shit, my wife would not like this book." She's terrified by that little creature.
I will tell you that I love it, and it scares me to death. And one of the things that scares me is evil dolls, going all the way back to my childhood, to Talking Tina with the the Twilight Zone. And then I have to share the story real quick. It's like Evil dolls have always scared me because right around the time we started watching that, and there was these other movies that was going on. There's a movie called Magic with Anthony Hopkins with this evil ventriloquist doll. Well, my mom, back in our house, all the way in the back, my mom had these old dolls, and their eyes would flip open by themselves because they were broken, and the light was broken back there. So my brother and I would have to go back there and get stuff, and it was dark, and you turned your back, and you could hear the doll's eyes flip open behind you in the dark, and we would just stare at us, you know. And so that's what I was thinking of when I wrote this.
Right.
And it's
Mama, I'll be like, Mom, I'll clean the toilet after Dad uses it, but I'm not going in that closet.
Yeah. It was so scary. I mean, and I'm in my fifth decade now, and I'm still scared to death. I'm scared to death of my mom's back room still. So
what that means is fans that are listening, please send them some dolls. I could give you that just after the fact. He'll never write again. Ow, you fucking ruined me. All right. Oh, and look at that. Once you throw that layer of color on it, Jesus Christ, it just oof.
It gives you the right tone, you know. He with the coloring, and it's like I said, it's like Mateo does the heavy lifting here. It's like my writing is all getting the stuff out of my demented head, but look at what he does there.
Mateo, I don't know, bro. Have you shown this to your family, and what are their thoughts on it, if so?
Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah, they like it. Yeah, definitely. I was also I'm taking it to my local comic book shop, where the one I was telling you about. Yeah, so we're gonna sell some copies.
So they haven't seen it there yet?
Oh no, not yet. No.
Oh, wait till they go in there. What? You're gonna have a signing and all. So let me know when the signing is. So I could tell people in Argentina I went to see you and get signed copies of this awesome book. That shop better buy like 100 copies. So Paul, get your printing ready, all right? All right? All of Argentina is gonna buy this.
Yeah, we're also. I would say we're doing a signing, some signings out here in the
LA
area as well.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, my boy Nem is also gonna be doing some signings. And so talk to me. What shops are you gonna be at? What's up?
Right now, the only one we have confirmed is my local shop, so the one I go to all the time. So the Comic Dude in Riverside, but I'm talking to some people in Redlands, and even one that's in LA proper. So we'll see what's going on. Woo! I got to work it all out with Paul. So
pimping. Look at these guys pimping, folks, pimping their wares everywhere. You see, this is what I meant before, Mateo, because before you used like 4 panels, but here we go into this one, 6.
Yeah.
You see that breakdown? It's beautiful, bro. I love what you do.
Well, the number of panels is in the script, but what I do is like the way I organize it. That's like I choose it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it for you to, because you're still in Argentina now, right, Mateo?
Yeah.
So how is it for you guys to work collaboratively, but not even be next to each other?
Okay, yeah.
How's that?
Well, Dave usually sends me the script, then I thumbnail it, and then I send him the pencils, and maybe there's some corrections to do. And it's mostly like through emails, like we throw around some ideas, like for the cover or like, you know, technology, that stuff. Yeah.
So let me ask that. What does one page look like in terms of conversation and email back and forth?
You know, it's like I was saying, like I do the thumbnails and the layouts, and then I go with the pencils, then I send it to Dave, and that's where we talk. Like we say, you know, you could do this kind of coloring for the flashbacks, like Dave was saying. You know, it's mostly that type of conversation.
Okay.
But the good thing that I like about Dave, you know, is like he gives me like the creative freedom to, you know, organize the panels the way I want, the shadows the way I want. That's great, you know.
As he said, you guys are a collaborative team. You know, you guys are one. You're Venom.
Well, not only that, like I could say for issue 2, he recently came back to me and said, you know, I don't quite understand what you're going for with, you know, X, Y, and Z, you know, and it's like, okay, well, here's what was my thought was, this is what I'm trying to tell in the story. Is like, oh, okay, now I get it, you know. So it's like we'll have those kinds of conversations too. So it's really good. And then
as a writer, do you think that helps you a lot when you have to kind of explain out loud what the idea is?
Plus, when something I have that doesn't make sense, it helps me clarify and be like, well, is this really what I'm going for or whatever? And
have you found yourself in a situation where you heard yourself out loud talking to Mateo, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, wait a minute, that is kind of screwy.
But to be honest with you, I mean, one of the crazy things is that I've got all these crazy ideas about how I want this to happen or that to happen, and I'll put them in the script, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that could happen. I don't know if Mateo or anybody could do that, And one of them is in this book. I was like, hey, can you have somebody throwing something right out of one panel and into another panel? It's like, boom, yes. Gives it to me, and I'm like, thank you.
Look at that. Nemesis is not even Italian, but he did that.
And it's like I could tell you issue 2 has some crazy stuff, and it's like he doesn't even know. I already know some splash pages. I've got some ideas for like two-page battles. I've already asked Paul. It's like, is there a way we could do I don't know if we can, but it's like if we could do a 4-page unfolder. That's what I would like.
Shit. Mateo's going to need to have a hand massager there. Like, okay, I'm about to draw this. I massage my hands before I start the piece. Jeez. Nem is killing me.
Yeah.
But, you know what? That would be a dope idea. The middle page opens up like that. Ooh. What? No, Mateo's like, please, God. He's already thinking, though. He's like, wait a minute. Maybe I see it. He's already thinking, like, yo, you know what? Wait a minute. I dig it. And Paul's crazy enough to go ahead with it, too, man. There we go. That's true. Wonder Twin powers activate. Through the internet, though.
Do I get the form of the water? Am I the water or in the bucket all the time?
Hey, listen, if somebody's drunk, at least we could use you to wake them up and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True.
That's great. Look at colors. Once colors are thrown in, gorgeous. Yo, look at this. And can you give us any hints about just these scenes and the thoughts that these characters are going through in this particular page? Can you tease anything?
Well, yeah. I mean, I could tease a little bit. I mean, obviously, one thing I will say is there is a constant conflict between the agents and Barbara King, and that's gonna, and that comes from that very first short story I wrote. And maybe someday some people will see that short story. I think Mateo has read the short story where Barbara King's kind of origin story, and it involves these two agents as well. I will say that. So there's not a lot of trust there, and here they are in this dangerous situation, and they're kind of like they're talking about, well, what are we going to do? We need to go in here. This isn't good, and I will say that Nigel really has no love for Maisie or Barbara, and so he's like, screw them.
It's very apparent. I'll tell you that shit. It's very apparent. So you're like, oh damn, what happened? Hopefully we get to dig into that. And there goes that panel. Tell me that motherfucker on that 4th panel does not look like that Zulu doll from Charlie to Your Terror. Look at them teeth. That shit is terrifying. That's terrifying. Yeah. You know what? I can't wait till they make a doll of this, and I want Dave to hold it to get over his fear through the podcast. Just hold her.
I will gladly hold her. The thing with me is that even when stuff scares me, I enjoy it, because like most of the time when I write real, like, true horror stories, it's stuff that I dreamed in the first place. So it's like, it's just kind of my way of working through it, and it's fun. And I will say that evil little kids scare me even worse than evil dogs.
I wish, you know what? If I was in a movie with an evil little kid, I'll be the first one that's kicking that little dude in his chest.
Yeah.
Boom! Get out of here, shorty.
Drop kick that
kid. Listen, but I'm not saying violence against kids. It's a movie. It's a horror movie, and this Puerto Rican ain't running. I'm kicking somebody in the chest. Now, if it was Jason, now I'm running the other way. You know what I mean? But if you're shorter than me, I'm kicking you in your chest. You're done. Yeah. I could reach a little kid's chest. I don't know if I could reach Mateo's chest, because I probably didn't have to kick like Bruce Lee, and it ain't happening at my age. Let me tell you. Oof, there it goes in black and white. I mean, look at that. Oof.
I mean, isn't the black and white? It's almost like a copy just of the black and white as well. It's just so beautiful. And
it is.
The inking and everything. And that's another thing. When I started seeing Mateo's work and the thumbnails and everything, is especially when I review for Comic Crusaders, one of my big pet peeves is inking. I'm a big fan of strong inking that really gives you depth and really shows off your line work. And look at this. I mean, it speaks for itself. So
It does. A young master at work over here. Let me tell you. There goes the dope logo. Not folks. See, honestly, this is a tat right there. This is a tat.
Yeah, it is.
So, and how many issues is this that you have planned thus far?
Well, this
Or is
first
it ongoing?
this first arc is 4 issues.
Okay.
And we're both signed up for that, but I think I'm comfortable saying that right now I have plans for ongoing, and I definitely have the sketches, like the outline for 13 issues. For 13 issues. And
Whoa! Don't let 13 Crusader hear that. He's gonna think
Yeah.
that he inspired you.
Yeah. And then
13, like a funny place.
you know, and then you know, I would like this just to keep going. I could think of other things you could do, but I have an idea of where I would like to go for the first 13 already. So
Yeah, and look at this, because this is the family of amazing books in ASAP Imagination right now. I mean, you got Sister Grimm, Messiah, OPSEC, Dead of Night. I mean, you can find all of these incredible titles and more right there. ASAPimagination.com.
Print and digital. And
Ooh.
Sister Grimm is out next month. And look at that cover. That thing looks awesome.
Next month. Epa.
Yeah, and then I think you got Hole coming up soon, and that's Chance Hess. I mean, look at that chest. I mean, that is such beautiful work. And then Dead of Night. I mean, that's beautiful. It's just awesome.
So
Awesome.
ASAP is gonna sign you forever now, so you could do more than 13 issues.
All right. He owns me.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So,
That's Hades, man. When you sign a deal with the devil, I mean the saint that he is.
yeah, it's just
And look at that sexy new logo too. Imagination. Love it.
It's crazy. And it's like I can't speak for Mateo, but I know that just seeing this, it's like I just want to do more. It's like I've got other projects I'm working on. I've got books. I started writing my second novel the other day. It's just I just want to keep going and going and going.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
What about you, Mateo? Are you doing anything outside of this, or is this the primary focus right now?
I mean, it's the primary focus, but I also do like other work, like commissions and some other stories. Like
no, hold on. So Mateo, if I wanted a commission from you, where would I hit you up? Is it as simple as communicating with you on your Instagram?
Oh, yeah. You can follow me on Instagram and just DM me and I'll answer as ASAP.
Hey, no pun intended. Dig it. And folks, right there. If you want to follow all things ASAP, hit up their link tree. ASAP Imagination, and you're gonna find all their socials, their YouTube, everything, because they also do really cool videos where they introduce you to their creators, or the 5 and 5, right?
Yep.
So it's a great website. It's great information and great creators that are the future of the business, man. For real, these are guys that are great. I mean, look at you with your OPSEC right above your shoulder, kiddo.
Yeah.
And the Messiah. Hey.
I can't say enough. It's like. I don't know if it probably doesn't always work this way, but it's like, it's just, I've said this to Mateo before, but it's been a treat to work with him. And I really do consider him a creative partner. So much so that we've talked about working on other stuff as well. So, it's been a
pleasure, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I gotta ask, when are you guys ever going to meet in person? Any plans, to go to San Diego Comic-Con, and when you guys are boothing for ASAP over there one day?
Oh, I'd love to.
I hope so. That's the plan.
Yo, Mateo's eyes is, hell yeah, San Diego, let's go.
Yeah. So everybody's going to be coming over to my house for carne asada and enchiladas afterwards. But yeah.
Oh my God, bro! Don't make me fly out there, bro. You better have enough meat, cause shit. Don't this skinny ass motherfucker could eat, boy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. So, if this could be turned into anything other than the comic that it is now, let's manifest things, folks. If this could be anything other than a comic in another form of media, what would you like it to be? And let me start with the young buck over here. So, meaning movie, cartoon, a series, like on a streaming platform. What?
Okay. Well, actually, a cartoon series would be awesome. Mostly, I was thinking like that or a movie, but I like the cartoony aspect of the story, like the characters, and keeping.
You could get more crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what I like about this story is that it has these dark elements and all, but it's not that realistic. It has like a lot of fun, and that's where the cartooning comes in. So I think that a cartoon series would keep that. Yeah.
And Hotel Howard is open.
There you go. We were taking reservations now. You can check in, but you can't check out for the Hotel California. So.
Oh, especially when he gets that dog. Once he gets Maisie in the house, good better now. For real. Now it's flowers times, guys. Actually, no, I didn't finish. You gotta go now. Do you agree with Mateo's assessment? Would you love it to be a cartoon or like a live action?
I think that I would love to see full-length animated features with stuff like this. But if I had a second choice, I think it'd be really cool as an episodic serial show or TV show where you have, like the old school episodic TV show where it's like each
the one and dones
is a case. Is a case, so that'd be kind of cool.
Like 18, they solve a case and move on to the next one. I miss shows like that.
Yeah. But, but with a lot of the crazy stuff that we're doing, I think animation would be the best, because I mean, I will say you've read issue 1, but I mean, Mateo's read issue 2, and I know what's coming up in future issues. You've seen nothing yet as far as
God.
So,
there was definitely a brutal murder in that first one, let me tell you. Like, shit.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. So flowers time, guys. I just want to thank you guys. First of all, like I told you, Nam, I'm very proud of you. I'm honored to have a fellow Crusader just put himself out there. You're one of a couple on the team that are doing things. So God bless you guys on your journey. Nam, thank you for not being afraid. Finally, listen to your wife and taking that creative step. So a shout out to Mrs. Howard too, Thank you for encouraging him. And Mateo, to see a young man like you, from where you're from, doing what you're doing, God bless you, kiddo, because you are a monster already. You're only gonna get better. And I could see big 2 platforms already going like this. Hey, can I check you out? Even McNola might be like, I kind of dig what you're doing. Because I could imagine your artwork with some Dave Stewart coloring. That's gonna be monster.
Man, I would love it. Yeah.
The only other thing I would say is that I think we're blessed to be living in the times we live in, because 20 years ago this wouldn't have been possible. I couldn't have worked with Mateo in Argentina.
Right?
So
somebody would have told you that. You crazy? You know how much that's going to cost me in postage?
Yeah. So this is just amazing. It's what Paul has built is amazing, but the fact that all of us can work together worldwide. We got people in Australia. We got all over. Just absolutely incredible. So
you have a fan and Mr. Nolan over here, not to be confused with the Hades Paul, right? This is a different Paul, but he's like, he's a fan. Keep him coming, baby.
Paul's incredible. Paul's also was a beta reader on my novel. So
a beta reader. Look at him. He's even putting these video game betas and alphas. Any mega readers? Hey. You just had one. Because like I said, I love the book. I fell in love, and again, just I welled up with pride. Like, wow, this is my boy doing this. It's great. So I'm happy. I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy and proud of Paul too, because even before ASAP was born, he was a Crusader, and he said, "Al, can I talk to you one day?" And then next thing you know, a couple of weeks later, ASAP is born, and he's been rolling hard ever since. Yeah. What a monster! Yeah.
It just keeps growing. It's absolutely incredible.
When you do things with when you do things with good intention and with passion, love, that's where you find success. And Paul is on the right track. And I see even you guys. Look at you guys. I've never met a day in your life, but you guys work together like y'all been bros for a few years. So it's a beautiful thing to see. So again, God bless you guys on the journey. And I know OPSEC is going to be a hit smash book. And folks, you know where you want to get this at right now? I need you to go visit asapimagination.com. All right? Go pick up OPSEC and every other title on that. Get them in print. Get them on Digi. Support independent. People like this in the future, man. All right? Let's get eyes and ears on these two gentlemen all over the industry.
And get an old priest and a young priest for when you buy your Maisie doll. So.
Oh, they should come with some holy water, so that way you can secure people. Like, okay, it's not alive if you throw the holy water on it. All right.
That's the marketing. Your doll will come with a vial of holy water in it.
Yeah, just in case you're scared, just. Of course, follow all things ASAP on Linktree. all right, ASAP Imagination. Please follow my big homie, Nemesis, David Howard, all over Twitter at Nemesis FC, the number 2. And of course, I want you to go to Instagram. I need you to follow Mateo Macio, Mate Macio, so Matemacio. You heard? Hit him up.
Right.
You're gonna want a dope commission from homie, because when he becomes a future star, those commissions ain't gonna be, as low cost as they are right now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Right? I know he's gonna make them prices run up, baby. Especially when people get eyes on this beautiful book from ASAP, by you guys. So again, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. Talking the greatness of OPSEC, a little bit of ASAP. You guys, bromance, the future. I can't wait. It's amazing. Awesome. And I want to leave with this. So, when do you think we'll see issue 2?
Well, it should be, I'm working on it, but it should be ready like within a month and a half. Okay. And from then on, it depends on Paul.
Gotcha.
It has to find its way into a increasingly crowded schedule because there's a lot of work going on at ASAP. So,
which is a good thing, man. It's always good to be busy. You can't complain when you're busy, man. So and I just love that people are so very open and accepting. So God bless, man, for real.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us on too.
Thanks, Al.
Nah, you guys rock. And folks, you know what to do. Please visit everything Comic Crusaders, where you could check out some of Nem's old school reviews and opinions, and go to Undercover Capes, where you could check them out on Sloppy Spoilers, but then go back to Comic Crusaders, you could check them out on Cinema Crusaders. Then I need you to go visit ASAP, so you can start buying all these books by this awesome team. It's like, oh my God, this is the ultimate web of awesomeness. And there you go. You should be hugely proud, Hades, because you are an amazing publisher, bro.
What is the UK version of WEPA?
Cheerio.
Uh-oh.
Cheerio.
He's gonna come for you now. Blimey.
Blimey. Hey, that's a good one too. I love it. You're gonna stop. You're not making me say Cheerio and Blimey all the time now. That's gonna replace the WEPA. No, I'm Puerto Rican. I gotta keep it. All right. So, folks, one more time. Follow Nem. Follow Mateo. Visit ASAP. All right. Follow us everywhere. comiccrusaders.shop has all the links there. Undercovercapes.com has all the links there. That's how we do. All right. We make it easy for you. All right. We're not trying to make you struggle. Find us, support us, subscribe, turn on notifications on YouTube, please. And with that, hasta la próxima, mi gente. Shout out later. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.